Now you know our enemies, you know that the enemy is within us. And now we know our perpetrators, we know our betrayers, we know our traitors, but they must know that Africans, we stand with Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Captain Traoré is our savior. Captain Traoré is our liberator. Captain Traoré is our prophet, and he is here to stay. We are going to protect him by any cost, because Captain Ibrahim Traoré is us. If you touch Captain Ibrahim Traoré, you are touching us. So, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, all Africans and people with goodwill, make sure that this month on 30th, you join the major protests around the world in support to Captain Ibrahim Traoré. For the first time, Africans around the world are uniting while speaking one language, and the language is Captain Ibrahim Traoré is our hero. So make sure that if you have opportunity, you join the protest where you are, whether in the diaspora or in the continent. You should raise your voice. Even through the social media, we have to raise our voices that Captain Ibrahim Traoré is our hero. So, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, this week, the general who accused Captain Ibrahim Traoré visited Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast, where he met with leaders in Ivory Coast. And we know that those who tried to destabilize Burkina Faso flew to Cote d'Ivoire, and later on, the president of Cote d'Ivoire, Mr. Alassane Ouattara, went to Paris to meet with President Macron. So Africans have been asking, why after failed coup in Burkina, the general who accused America went to Cote d'Ivoire to meet with President Alassane Ouattara, and later on, President Ouattara went to Paris to meet with Macron. And we know the relationship between France and Burkina Faso. And we know what France did to these Francophone countries, how many leaders were assassinated under influence of France. We know. So Africans have been asking and trying to think that maybe the president of Cote d'Ivoire is betraying Burkina Faso. Those are just perception. But all in all, as Africans, we know who is our enemy. We know who is our betrayer. But we must raise our voices and telling them that if you touch Captain Traoré, we are going also to touch you. We are going to make sure that we protect our hero, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. We know why they don't like Captain Ibrahim Traoré. They fear the awakening of Africans. So this time they are going to be shocked, because for the first time, as I said, Africans around the globe are uniting, speaking one voice, the voice of protecting Captain Ibrahim Traoré. We should not end here. We should go beyond this. We want even to conduct election as Africans, black people around the world, to choose one of our best president. And I hope we are going to elect Captain Traoré, not this democratic election. We are going to nominate or to appoint Captain Ibrahim Traoré as our president. This time we want a leader who will lead us into united. We want a leader who will unite Africans. And Captain Ibrahim Traoré has succeeded. He didn't call any meeting, but through actions, Captain Traoré has succeeded to unite Africans. You see Africans in the diaspora, in the Caribbean, all over the world, in China, in Asia, all over the world, in the continent, Africans are uniting. All of them are talking about protecting Captain Ibrahim Traoré. So, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, the spirit of Traoréization must be within us. We should not stop here. We should continue to push to make sure that the message of hope, resilience, and self-reliance is in our mouth. We must make sure that we support this visionary leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. I remember when I created the video called Traoréization of Africa. If you are new, last year, I came with the idea of Traoréization of Africa, where I suggested that we need to induce the spirit of Captain Ibrahim Traoré in our heart, in our bloods, to our people, so that all of us, we can become revolutionary. Right now, we are tired of being beggars. You know, one thing that Africans don't understand, and this generation are always asking, how is it possible that you are telling us this continent is so rich while the people are poor? How can you explain that Africa is the richest continent while its people are poorest people? How can you define something like that? It is difficult. So this time we want to see our richness. And to see our richness is we need leaders who can work tirelessly and make sure that Africans will take control of our natural resources. Africans, we should become donors. Africans, we should not be beggars. Just imagine right now, Africans, we are looks beggars. But we have gold, we have cotton, we have everything in our continent. Everything is here. Right now, Africans, we cannot feed ourselves. Just imagine the continent with horrible land, with the water, with the river, big river. We have River Nile, we have River Zambezi, we have everything. But we cannot feed ourselves. What's the problem? Why we can't not feed ourselves? We have been fed by small countries such as Ukraine. You remember when the conflict between Russia and Ukraine started, African leaders cried like babies. We are going to die. We are going to suffer no shortage of grain. But Africans, we can grow our grain. We can produce our own food here. Captain Traoré has shown a leader who left everything. He didn't want to buy luxury cars. He said, I'm going to use money to buy agricultural equipment to make sure that my people are going to feed themselves. We have witnessed agricultural equipment, tractors, and seeds being distributed free to the people of Burkina Faso. We have seen roads being constructed in Burkina Faso. We have seen industries being built in Burkina Faso under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. So today, people want to take away Captain Ibrahim Traoré. We not understand them. We not understand them. They did it to Gaddafi. It's enough. They did it to Patrice Emery Lumumba. It's enough. They did it to Gaddafi and others, Patrice Lumumba, Thomas Sankara. This time we say enough is enough. As Africans, we should not accept our ills to be taken away by our own perpetrators. Those who are trying to betray Captain Ibrahim Traoré must be exposed. We must expose our traitors and tell them on face that you are a betrayer. You are betraying African country. I mean continent. You are of course, Africa is the country. Because we don't want these borders. Africa is the country. And that's what is in my mind. You are betraying our country, Africa. So we must tell them the truth. We know, and I've been saying this many times, the systems that we have are systems that are producing betrayers. We have the system. These are political parties. These political parties are, some of them, not all, some of them are producing puppets. Why? Because many political parties are being sponsored by NGOs. So they have been sponsored. What are they going to pay back? Is to betray us. And that's what they are doing. So we know perpetrators are there, betrayers are there, but we have to tell them face to face, you are betraying us. We are not the generation of cowards right now. We are the generation of liberators. We want economic freedom. We want Africans to own our resources. This is the message that should reach to our leaders. We want to see Africa producing billionaires and millionaires. We want to see Africans producing and manufacturing their own goods, cars, machines. We want to see things like that. Africans, we are not poor, but we have been created poor because of leadership. So we need leadership like the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. And if we are serious, we want changes, we have to collapse these borders right now. Collapse these borders and say our leader is Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Even for 5 years, we will see how Africa will become a superpower. We should not fear others to tell us what to do. And we must now call these foreign base must be removed from the continent of Africa. We need leaders who will unite Africans. Young people are dying into Mediterranean Sea because they are seeking green pasture. And we are the ones who are creating green pasture outside of the continent. How? Because we are allowing our minerals, our resources to be taken into raw forms. So people outside there, they're creating green pasture. While Africans, we are creating desert where we cannot grow anything. We must stop. We want leaders who will stand for the benefit of our continent. We need, and this is the message. I think if our leaders want to stay in power too long, they have to do what Captain Ibrahim Traoré is doing. I'm sure if you look the population of Africa right now, the population of 60% of young men and women, and this population want changes. If our leaders are not going to deliver, I'm telling you the truth, 5 years to come, we'll see more changes in this continent. Because these young men, they have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose. They want a job. They want to see that they can move free from one place to another without being asked for visas. And those are responsibilities of our leaders. 60 years down the line, what have we achieved toward a unit? You know, right now people are talking about Africa Continental Free Trade Area. They are talking about Agenda 2063. I'm telling you the truth. This Continental Free Trade Area, ask yourself, what are you offering to the Africa Continental Free Trade Area? What things you are producing as Africans? Oh, we are selling Chinese product. And that is what's happening right now. We are selling Chinese products. We are changing names, whether the product is from Nigeria, but Chinese product. Whether the product is from Namibia, maybe European products. Tell me, any African car that are being sold in Malawi, this is a brand of African car sold in Malawi. Tell me, or sold in Mauritania, or in Djibouti. Tell me, even maybe I'm going far, in Ghana. Tell me that this is a African brand car manufactured in Africa that are being sold in Ghana, in Nigeria. The same brand in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Uganda, in Democratic Republic of Congo, maybe Republic of Congo. Tell me anyone. Tell me a mobile brand that are being sold in Africa, made by Africans. Tell me. And yet we have all these resources. We have coltan, we have everything, copper, we have rare earth, and all these minerals are here. And why Africans, we are not producing our own goods, our own equipment, machinery? Why not? And that is the question that this generation is asking. This is a generation that our leaders need to answer. That this generation will come, will ask. There's those who thought that they will not be there. I'm telling you, you will be there. You will suffer. Because you think that you will not be in power, or you will be, or let me die. No, your relative, your grand and grandchildren will be asked. So don't create environment for others to suffer. Make sure that you play your part. You have an opportunity to play your part, to do changes, and go and do changes to your country. And right now, we are tired of these visas. Why we are being asked for visas? How can we, as the people of Africa, travel from Dakar to Djibouti, or Dakar to Dar es Salaam? Right now, if you want to go in any African country through airline, you have to go outside of the continent. If you are in South Africa, you want to go to Nigeria, you have to go to Dubai first. You go out. Why we are not moving? Maybe exchange it to Ethiopia, or maybe exchange it. Why we cannot go direct? We want to see a direct flight from Africa to Caribbean. Where is the direct flight? We are tired as Africans. We need to come together. We need to unite. Friends, fellow Africans, the aim of this message is to awakening all of us, to bring all of us together, and know that this month on the 30th, there will be a major protest around the world in support of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Make sure that you join that march, you join protest, and you support Captain Ibrahim Traoré, and you raise your voice that we Africans, we want Captain Ibrahim Traoré by any means, by any cost. Captain Traoré is showing us the way. Captain Traoré is representing we young people, that young people, we can do wonders. It is not about Europeans. Right now, we want Africans. And I argue to those who are writing books, go and start writing the books of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Those who are writing books, please start writing the book of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. So if you love this continent, make sure that you like the video, you share the video, and also you comment on this video. Make sure that this message is distributed to many Africans as you can. After that, let me say stay in power. See you next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa. Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make Africa great. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa.